My name is Jim, and I'm inviting you to follow me on a 370-mile solo kayaking adventure down the Mississippi River. This series will show you how I selected and rigged my kayak for long-distance expeditions. I'll show you simple and almost guaranteed methods for catching all the fish you can handle, and I'll share what I learned about camping along the banks of the mightiest river in North America. Let's have a cocktail or four, and then we'll go to bed. And we'll fish in the morning when we wake up, and then we'll go down to the next spot. I don't want to get up, but there's fish out there and the sun's finally up. It's 35 degrees. That's a little colder than I want it to be, but that's all right. 35 is okay. 34, not good. 35 is all right. So I put on this set of seal skins to keep my feet nice and warm and went down to the water's edge to film a barge going by. I was amazed at the wake that it kicked up, and while I'm watching this, I'm realizing that I'm actually cut out for this type of adventure. For 24 days, I've been struggling against the wind, the river, and my own body. And now, standing on this low river beach, I'm amazed at how eager I am to get on the water. I am 35 pounds lighter. I can paddle all day long without getting tired. It is shocking how comfortable I am with sand in my bedroll and half-frozen feet. I'm remembering in the most visceral way the machine I used to be 30 years ago, and I wonder if I were to keep on this path, how long would I be able to keep it up? Adventure's always been in my blood, but this has been a very different sort of challenge. I'm a couple of years shy of 50 years old, and although I've adapted pretty quickly to this form of adventuring and exercise, I wonder, how long can I keep it going? As this raft of barges went around the bend, leaving me with a set of waves that it looks like you could probably surf on, I heard a horn blast, and I didn't really think very much of it. That captain wasn't honking at me or another boat. He was honking at this guy who paddled across in front of him. How are you? You on the journey too, huh? Ha ha, how about that? Hope you don't mind my filming you paddling up. Look at this rig.
You're in Mississippi?
No, sir, not the whole thing, just from Memphis down to Natchez here. I can only take a month off. Yes, sir.
All right.
Look at this.
You out of Natchez then?
No, sir, I'm out of Memphis. Meet Kevin Parsons. At 67 years old, he's paddling the entire length of the Mississippi. Even wilder than that, his usual type of adventure is riding a bicycle down the Great Divide from Canada to Mexico. This guy's an absolute specimen and should be studied by scientists, but he's also the only guy I met who's actually paddling down the river at the same time. Kevin's a good photographer, and with so much to talk about, we decided to team up for the ride to Natchez. I've linked up with a dude that's been doing a lot of traveling. He's doing the source to sea. He's got a small kayak rig set up. Pleasurable to talk to. Got a lot of stories. He's had a lot of the same issues I have. We've gotten into some of the same super tight scenarios. So, cool. We're gonna look for a camping spot. We're gonna do a few solid hours of paddling, and then I told him I can catch catfish anywhere on his river, and let's have blackened catfish for dinner. He's a fan of that idea. One more day or so till Natchez. We'll probably camp tonight and then make Natchez in the morning. I was envious of the speed and maneuverability of his little kayak, but definitely not a fan of the fact that it doesn't carry very much weight at all. Of course, Kevin weighs half of what I do, so there's that. One thing that was obvious to see is that his boat cut the water like a scalpel, and that rudder he's got on the back there made him far more maneuverable and able to cope with the currents and weird eddies that happen in the middle of the river. I had no idea that a rudder was going to be that beneficial to a paddlecraft in this situation, and I'm telling you, I was kicking myself the whole way to the campsite. I really felt like a dummy. I mean, all of the grief and all the stuff I'd been putting up with, he had no issues with it at all whatsoever. Wow, pelicans, everything. Wow. It's like Jumanji over here. Yeah, see how these cormorants don't want to move? That's because there's good fish in here. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. This is exactly what I wanted. Yeah, so I'm the fisherman, but my traveling companion here has decided to be the one to catch the first fish.
Yeah, it's on your worms though.
On a broken fishing pole with a bobber and a sinker, and this man caught the first fish, and I've just been losing bait.
Yeah, we're getting it done, folks.
Yes, we are. This one's not huge either, but he's gonna make the other half of our sandwich, I think, pretty well. There he is. Yeah, scrap it. Nope. It might be. The caps always kind of go up on the surface like that. Surf him in. Oh, yeah, it's a blue catfish. Yeah, a little bit bigger. We're about to have 3. This rod's getting jerked around. Yeah, he's on there. This guy didn't know he was on the line for a minute. Got him? As soon as that light goes down, man. Ooh. This is a freshwater drum. Remember that freshwater drum I was talking about? That's him right there. That is a Plotinatus grunions. Yeah, it's the biggest one I've caught out here so far. That is a nice sized freshwater drum right there. Well, that's just unfortunate for you, sir. Just unfortunate. Yeah, so I'm gonna cook this one. I mean, we probably throw 2 of these cats back, huh? Okay. Throw the 2 smaller ones back. Yeah. And we'll eat the 1 big catfish and the 1 big drum. Oh yeah. That's a mess of fish real quick. Real quick. No problem. Swim. I've been sitting on the bank for half an hour. No problem. Swim right off. That was a very good campsite. It wasn't ideal camping, cold, wet ground, but you know, if you got good gear, it insulates you from all that. But the fishing was great. It was exactly what I wanted to see for a spot to stop and catch us a good fish dinner, which we didn't need it for dinner because by the time I got everything filleted and cleaned up and ready to go, it was 8 o'clock at night. Everybody's ready to go to bed, you know, tired. Once the sun goes down, that's it. You start getting shot out of here. Wake up at sunrise, go to sleep at sunset. That's the only way to live. We're gonna have us a shore lunch between here and Natchez today. So I'm kind of going on ahead, get everything ready to go. When he makes landfall, coals will be hot. We'll have us a blackened catfish and blackened freshwater drum. A Plotinatus, my boy, a Plotinatus. Tell you what, I'm addicted to this river. I'm addicted to the paddle, to the struggle, to the uncertainty, to the different camping situations, to the great fishing. I mean, fishing's been great. I don't know, it's uncaring nature. The river does not care about you. I think the tugboat drivers care. They're pretty good dudes, but otherwise it's unforgiving. Your mistakes, if you make them in the middle of this river, will surely end up with you being in a very cold body of water, way away from land with all your gear scattered or whatever. You got to make your way to land and stop yourself from dying of hypothermia then you gotta go find help, right? That's the thing to be concerned about. That's the stuff you gotta keep foremost in your head. But once you get that all worked out and you're comfortable with your plan, I'll show you my plan for that kind of stuff later, but you can operate with a higher degree of confidence and you can enjoy your trip a whole lot more because you're not worried about certain aspects of what may or may not befall you on this river. So now let's go find a nice sunny spot. Man, the sun's been out all day. It's crazy. I don't know what to do. Not a cloud in the sky. River's acting like it normally would without a typhoon blowing across it like it has on many days on this trip. This entire trip, this little leg I'm doing right now has been the most quiet, most peaceful. No noise. You don't even hear water rustling. Just quiet. I mean... We ain't after the fire, we're after the coals. I say we do the white drum first. What do you think?
Heck yeah, sounds good.
Just about to us. Right, you're right. I know exactly what you mean. Right.
Man.
Yeah.
And going like a thread.
We also got the catfish. We'll
Yeah.
come off that one drum.
All right. How about, I got fresh hamburger buns I just bought.
What do you think of your first freshwater drum sandwich?
Oh, it was fantastic. Really good day on the Mississippi River today. Summer-like weather. I don't know why I got this down vest on, but I do. Jim, good Mississippi River chef, just made these drumfish sandwiches right over an open fire. And you couldn't ask for better weather. We've got a good north wind blowing, wind at our backs.
That was a good lunch. Never underestimate the power of a hamburger bun and just a little mayo. When everything you eat is instant, having a piece of just soft bread on your fish makes 100% difference. We're gonna analyze your paddling technique for all the world to see. We came to a stretch of the river where a significant section of cypress trees had been cut down by a logging operation. Barely, but I heard Kevin say they left the best part of the tree. When I asked him what he meant, Kevin spoke about how so many beautiful pieces of furniture and other artistic and practical items could come from these stumps. They're valuable because of the grain patterns in the wood as the roots merge into the base of the trunk. Everywhere we paddled, Kevin's eyes saw things with the fresh perception of a child and processed those images through the mind of a sage. I was getting philosophical advice simply by observing it. Up ahead lies the town of Natchez. There's the bridge off to the right, and the establishment we're looking for apparently is low to the water joint. As I got closer to my final destination, it doesn't feel like I thought it would. There's a sense of sadness that my adventure is over and I have to return to regular life. It wasn't until days later when I started looking at the footage I'd collected that I started to feel better about this trip. I realized that the voyage fundamentally changed who I am as a person. It snapped me out of my mundane existence, and even now, months later, I'm driving myself crazy with plans for future expeditions. When I say that time is my enemy, I certainly don't mean age. I mean the limited amount of time I get away from my career. Each year I'm only allowed a certain amount of vacation just like everybody else, and it's not enough. I consider that my only limiting factor. As for Kevin, well, he made it to the Gulf of Mexico no problem. Thanks for coming along and for your encouraging likes and comments, and I hope to have you all around for the next one. We'll see you then.